Less than 2 years ago, I left the USA in hopes of creating a life that I didn't need to escape from and that I could truly enjoy each and every single day. Because back at home, I was 20 years old, living with my parents, everything provided for, was jerking off, drinking, smoking weed, partying all the time, raving, doing all of these things just to distract myself from the fact that I wasn't exactly where I wanted to be. Deep down, I knew there had to be some other life beside the typical 9 to 5 life where you just save until you're 60, 70 years old, and then you start living how you want. I knew there had to be a different way to go about it. So much so that I booked a one-way flight out here to Thailand with $1,500 to my name, no income whatsoever, just in hopes of to create something a little bit different. So backtracking before Thailand literally changed everything for me. I was working that typical 9 to 5 life, waking up at 4 a.m., taking a shower, getting ready to go work at Racetrack, which is like this gas station. And I would start my shift at 5 a.m., clock in, and then I'd be working at the cash register, cleaning the bathroom, stocking the shelves. Taking out the outdoor trash was an absolute headache, especially during the cold parts of the year, where you'd go outside, take out the trash, which was always like overflowed of trash. Sometimes they would pop. They weren't the highest quality of trash bags. And then I would get trash juice all over my body. And it was very warm, quite pleasant, to be honest, especially when it was cold outside. Getting all this warm trash juice, which wasn't that great smelling, but felt pretty good on the legs. I had pants on, so wasn't that big of a deal. But still, it wasn't quite the job that I wanted, but still it was $14 an hour, and I knew nothing else better just because I dropped out of college a few months before and had very limited knowledge and skills that I learned from a fake guru. At Racetrack, I'd only work until 1 p.m. every single day, and then from there I'd go straight to the YMCA, hit the gym, do my best to just stay high frequency, and then at 4 p.m., 3 p.m., sometimes I'd go clock in at Red Lobster, which is like a seafood restaurant, and I was just a server. That was a lot better of a job compared to Racetrack, just because I was working with a lot of hot MILFs, and most of the times we would be spiking our own drinks with a little bit of alcohol just to make times a little bit more fun, dealing with all of the headaches of customers that we got. And I mean, it was a lot better than Racetrack, but still making only probably $20 to $25 an hour. It wasn't bad, but still wasn't where I wanted to be. I didn't have location freedom, time freedom, and I was just trading all of my time away. And following that, I quit Racetrack after a few months, started this contracting gig with one of my friends where we would just install gutter guards on these gutters. If you guys don't know what gutters are, they're just like little things on the side of the roofs that collect rainwater and then just make a little path to get them off the roof. I don't even know what the purpose of gutters are, to be completely honest. But yeah, we just install gutter guards on these houses and get paid like $200 to $700 a job, and sometimes these jobs would take multiple days. But the thing with this contracting gig is that I had to have a truck, and I did not have a truck, so I got a $7,000 loan to buy a truck, and then I had to buy all the tools, the ladders, and everything that you needed to get these jobs done. And with contracting as well, we had one training day, and then they said, yep, you're good to go. Go do your thing. And I had still no idea what I was doing, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But yes, with contracting, I was like installing gutter guards a few weeks. It was grand time working in the 90-degree heat, carrying 40-foot and 24-foot ladders in the glaring heat in Georgia. Wasn't that best of a time, but I definitely increased my tests. Got a pretty good body. Broke my back a little bit, but still not as bad as a lot of other jobs that are out there. But yeah, one of these days working at one of these jobs, it was a very, very stormy day. Still had no idea what I was doing, and it was a very tough house. Trees all around the house, so I couldn't really position the ladders right, so I had to get on the roof and kind of go at an angle at it, which was a little bit risky looking back on it. But yeah, so no idea what I was doing. I don't think the gutters were a complete fit for the gutter guards that we were supposed to install. So after trying my best for around 12 to 14 hours in the pouring rain, I was like, okay, this is good enough. Time to go home. And then a few days later, it turns out that job was an absolute disaster, and the company charged me back like $1,300 USD. So I was basically working for free, and if you think about it, I was pretty much paying to work because I got a loan for the truck. So I was just digging myself deeper and deeper in debt and just it was just a fucked up situation, to be completely honest. But yeah, after a few more days of doing a few more jobs, it was this one particular day where it was super hot. I somehow forgot to buy water, coconut water, whatever it is to keep me hydrated, and I was working the scorching heat. Got the job done. I was on the way home, and I might have had a heat stroke or something because I was driving home. Saw a mailman like 60 feet in front of me. Saw him as clear as day, like I was staring at him. But somehow my foot just forgot to hit the brake pedal. So I just slammed right into him. Like no brake, no stoppage, just bam, right into the mailman. And turned out I totaled my truck. The mailman was totally okay. His truck was not okay. My truck was not okay. Poor Betty, which was the name of my truck, got totally totaled. And I was just sitting there at the back of the trunk, just looking at the sky like, oh my goodness, like what have I gotten myself into? Gone to debt for this job and fucked up the job. And now I'm in debt, no truck to work. So now I'm absolutely screwed. And that was like a rock bottom point. I realized that maybe the 9 to 5s aren't for me. I need to find out something new. I need to go out there in the world to create something, find a new way to make money, because this shit is not it. Like, I need to figure out a different way. So that's when I realized I was at a rock bottom point. There's nothing else for me to lose. Or I was like, okay, well, Thailand, I've already been looking at that place. It seems like a very good place to go, especially if I want to make money online. I knew there's a very big network out there of absolute killers. So that's when I decided for myself, I'm booking a one-way flight, and I'm not coming back home until I figure out a way to make money online and to pay off all my debt and to get in the clear, to start living my life completely on my terms. My mindset when coming out here to Thailand was I had nothing to lose, everything to gain, and that the worst thing that could happen if I absolutely failed out there in Thailand, I could just come back to the 9 to 5 and work at McDonald's for the rest of my life. But that was not an option. I was going out there, burning the boats, not leaving any option for failure until I made it work and scaled to at least $10,000 a month with remote sales. So after booking that one-way flight in my bedroom, living in my parents' house, I started getting a little bit nervous, a little bit more excited, like, oh my gosh, I'm actually going. Like, I just booked a flight. Time is ticking. I'm going in like 1 month. And that's when I realized I was actually on the path to going to a foreign country for the first time in my life. And the thing is, guys, I had $0 to my name at this point. I just bought the flight and sold the truck to buy the flight, pay off a little bit of the debt from the truck. So $0 to my name. Luckily, I had a very good friend that I met at the gym who happened to be an ex-drug dealer, very well off, like made $200K, $300K a month shipping drugs all across the states. Of course, he's retired now. So I was at the coffee shop with him talking about my goal of coming out here to Thailand to figure out how to make money online. And he knew of my situation of crashing the truck and the story I just told you guys. So he was like, Ryan, if you need a loan, no interest, just let me know. I can lend it to you and you can just pay me back whenever you want. And I was like, okay, well, if you give me 1,500 USD, I can pay you back in 12 months, no problem. And bam, he Apple paid me 1,500 USD. And that's what I came out here to Thailand with. And then coming out here to Thailand, I was already on an offer as an appointment setter for this B2B roofing agency where they helped roofing companies find leads and all that stuff. So coming out here, I just locked myself in an Airbnb for like the first week until I found my 12-month apartment, where every single night I would just dial 100 to 300 people and try to set as many appointments as I could each and every single night. And after setting at least 50 to 100 people, guess what? I made an absolute $0 in commission because, number one, the closer wasn't that good, or number two, he never even showed up to the calls. So I was still grinding, doing my best as I could as an appointment setter, setting up as many leads as possible, but then none of them are closing. So I was like, well, I'm absolutely screwed. But at this point, I met the current girlfriend that I have right now after the second night in Thailand. I met her on Bumble, brought her over, did some cardio, fell in love, all that type of stuff. And as well as I found an apartment on Facebook Marketplace, which I got for 5 months because I met the owner on Facebook Marketplace, got in talks with him. It was only 12,000 baht a month, which was an absolute cheat code at the time. And if I had found something a little bit more expensive, I probably would have starved to death or had to eat the bugs on the streets. But still, moving into this place, 12,000 baht a month, which is like $350, and then paying for all my girlfriend's dinners, which wasn't the best financial decision possible, but still, I really liked her, wanted to keep her around, and I really think she was one of the reasons that I stayed, even though things got really, really hard, going completely broke, having to fast for 3 or 4 days, 110 hours. I mean, you guys can literally watch those videos on my YouTube channel. I was like starting to lose hope, wondering how am I going to pay for my bills? How am I going to pay for rent? My girlfriend, like how am I going to get out of this very dire situation? Because this offer, it's not giving me any sort of income whatsoever. I'm on a slippery slope of how am I going to pay the bills? I was in a scarcity NPC mindset, wondering like, what the heck am I going to do? And that's when I quit this offer and just did the best I could, switch from the scarcity to abundance mindset and just trying to do all the right inputs that I could. Kept going to the gym every day, started networking, just doing everything that I could to find this new gold mine offer that would be able to sustain my life out in Thailand. And luckily, after that 110-hour fast, I was able to. Landed that first gold mine offer, which was like a day trading offer for this guy you probably have seen on YouTube. The very first night of me calling leads on this new offer, the very first call that I had that answered, actually, because I had a few calls before they just didn't pick up. The first one that answered, though, I was like, yo, what's up? This is Ryan with X, Y, and Z. how's everything going? And then right after that, he dove into all the problems that he was having. One of the hottest leads I've ever seen and the whole time in remote sales. And as he was listing all the problems that he was having, I was looking over at the offer stack of what we can actually help people with, and I saw everything lined up perfectly. Keep in mind that I'm an appointment setter at the time, so I was just supposed to be setting leads to the closer. But because I was completely broke, no food, no water, I was like, okay, look, here's what we have to help you. Do you want to buy or not? I mean, my sales skills were absolute shit at this point. But thankfully, he was a very hot lead, paid 2,500 USD right there on the spot. Got 250 commission right in my pocket, as well as the CSO at the time. It was a brand new offer. It was like the grand opening night of us launching the offer. He sent me another $50, so $300 in my pocket just because he knew of my situation. It was the first close on the offer, so thankfully I got $300 right there. Got a steak, was watching the sunrise. It was just an absolute turning point in terms of like going down the rabbit hole of like, I might have to eat the bugs on the street. I'm going to have to start OnlyFans, all these things going through my head. But now all of those were out of the picture. I was like, okay, I can actually make it work with remote sales. And then I was able to scale it to $10,000 a month. 3 months after that, I went to the Philippines to just lock myself in an Airbnb, get the girlfriend out of the picture for a little bit, just so I can focus 100% of my energy, focus, and time on scaling, leveling up my skills, buying mentorships, just doing everything I could to scale as fast as possible, and was able to hit my goal of coming out here to make $10,000 a month within the first 3 months, and then scaling to $20,000 a month now, where I'm able to travel like to Dubai, the Philippines, Malaysia, Bali, Koh Samui right now. Just being able to live completely on my terms. It all took taking that first big risk, which is coming out to Thailand with a clear, concise goal of making $10,000 a month, having my own place, and being able to live completely on my terms. And guys, I mean, I'm pretty retarded to be completely honest, but if you surround yourself with the right people, which is exactly what I did, and just do the right actions every single day and don't think about it, just know exactly what you want, reverse engineer that process of what steps you need to take to get there, and then just do the single actions every single day that help you move closer and closer to that goal. That's exactly what I did. Even though I had 1,500 USD to my name, I was still able to make it, even though after fasting. As long as you burn the boats, don't leave any other paths of like giving up, going back to the 9 to 5. As long as you just stay on the path and don't stop walking toward the goal and just do every single thing that you can, you will get there. And the number one thing that I think helped me the most in terms of getting out of that very dire situation I was in was surrounding myself with people making 10K, 20K, 50K, 100K a month, learning exactly what inputs they're doing, what knowledge they have, what skills they're using, and apply all of those things into my life so that way I can ultimately level up myself and get to the point where they are at. And that's exactly what happened to me, being able to make $20,000 a month. It's not an accident. It's how you position yourself and what actions you're taking that determines whether or not you're going to be working 9 to 5 for the rest of your life or living the dream life that you've always wanted. It's just who you're surrounding yourself with and what actions and habits you have that determine what life you will have for yourself. It's literally input equals output. And if you're doing the wrong inputs, how do you ever expect to get the desired output that you want? So now I'm able to live completely on my own terms, have my dream girl, have my own apartment, travel wherever I want. And it's all by taking risk, calculated risk, of course, not just any risk possible. Like you see someone online saying they're making money with e-commerce, day trading, and they're like, oh, I want to make money online too. Bam, buy their course. But then you might end up day trading, learning the skills, but you might not even like it. Figure out exactly what life you want. Go throughout that day. What does that look like when you're waking up? Are you at the beach? Are you in the skylines? Like, what type of life do you want? Go through that exactly in detail. Like, money aside, if you had all the money, all the time in the world, what type of life would you like to have? That's exactly what I did at my parents' house in my backyard, literally just sitting there, closing my eyes and just envisioning, like, what would I do each and every single day if I had all the money, all the time in the world? And I saw that life in Thailand, just being able to drive motorbikes, train Muay Thai, go to the gym, make money online. I wanted all of these things before I even had them. I believed in myself to get there. And just surrounding yourself with people that are already there will definitely help as well, because back home in the States, I was surrounded by people doing drugs, drinking, the 9 to 5 university. No one was at the point that I wanted to be at. So just changing that environment has been a very big factor as well. But other than that, guys, it's already dark out here. Hopefully you guys can still see me okay. Woo! But it's been an absolute pleasure, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow.